Hello everyone, welcome back to the video newsletter. I hope you are viewing this video right after you viewed risk reduction method number 2, a better way of cash management, where we talked about this reservoir, this cash flow reserve that we want to set up for all of our clients so that they have a short-term bucket to fill the distributions going into their checking account. And then we can place the rest of the portfolio and really position it for the long term and set it up so that dividends and interest can automatically cascade and continue to refill that reservoir. That may sound like a very intuitive thing, but mathematically you would be amazed at how that impacts the longevity of the portfolio. So the reason why we want to avoid putting ourselves in a position where we're having to sell stock when the market is falling, and the reason why I use that very intentional time frame of 5 years where we can put the stocks in the portfolio in a place where we shouldn't have to touch them for 5 years is really because of this chart. And this comes as a result of one of our research affiliates, JP Morgan, and it shows you the variance that you can see in many different types of portfolios, but I'm going to focus on the green line, which focuses just on if you owned 100% in stock. Not because I would recommend that we would have any of our retiree clients in 100% stocks. In fact, just the opposite. But I want you to focus on that green bar because I want to make a point about the volatility or the variance of stock returns. And this chart measures the variance of stock returns going back to 1950, and it measures it over a 1-year period of time. So 1950 would be 1, 1951, 1952, 1953, and so on. The second grouping focuses on 5-year rolling returns, and that's a theme, that's an intentional theme that we want to put ourselves in a position where we're looking at 5-year rolling returns. And 5-year period of time would be 1950 to 55, 51 to 56, 52 to 57. And I want you to just look at the difference between the variance of those green bars. That in any given year, going back to 1950, stocks can drop pretty precipitously in any 1-year period of time. But if we put ourselves in a position where we are not having to touch those stocks for a 5-year period of time, then the lowest average rate of return that we'd experience would be negative 3%. So that cash flow reserve or that reservoir that we're setting up puts us in a position where we're not having to sell while the market's falling. And the reason why 5 years is so magical is because generally when we do see severe drawdowns in the market, it takes 3 to 4 years for that market to recover. So if we can put ourselves in a position where we're not having to sell stock while the market's falling and erode the portfolio, then that really leads to a greater longevity of the portfolio. And when we can demonstrate that to clients, it leads to greater financial peace of mind.